Hey everybody, my name is Siobhan Allen and I'm a certified peer recovery specialist here in Richmond, Virginia. This is my audition for the Trainer of the Trainers training. Today I'm going to be discussing what is stigma and how we can reduce it. I really hope that you enjoy this video. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Good evening everybody. How y'all doing this evening?
Just fine.
That's real good. Okay. I'm so glad that everybody had the opportunity to come out tonight. We have some great information that I'm going to share with you all. But first, we're going to go around the room and just introduce ourselves and share something that you might want the group to know about you. So I'll go first. I'm your facilitator. I'm Siobhan Allen. I'm a certified peer recovery specialist, and I'm very happy to be here tonight. How about you? You want to go first?
Hey, my name is Melvin Allen, and how about them Cowboys?
I don't know. He don't look too happy over there with his Bills hat on.
Nah,
How about those Cowboys?
Something I want to everybody know about me is that I'm a recovery from my lifestyle that I was living when I was into felonious activities and stuff like that, but now that I'm in a better place, that I'm more grateful and gratitude about life, so I'm more helpful to the people around me. That's all.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Melvin. I'm happy that you could be here with us tonight. Your experience probably is going to help us with what we're learning tonight, so thank you for sharing that. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, my name is Cornelius Woodley. I'm a owner of my own business. Something about me, I'm just like a family person. I just like to be around family and just work. That hasn't always been like the life I live, but you know, as I got older, that's something that I really wanted to do, just like settle down and be peaceful.
Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad you're here also, Cornelius. And I'm quite sure with you being so close with your family, you can take a lot of this information home with you and share it with them also. So it's great that you're here. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it.
How about you, young man?
My name is Markel Allen, and my favorite thing to do is art. And I'm practicing to become a tattoo artist. And it's going to take me a few years because I got to get my license, but it's going good for me. So that's all I got to share.
Wow, well, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome, Markel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know that you have a very exciting journey ahead of you. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad you're here tonight. And Miss Lady.
My name is Mary Jo Allen, and I'm a retired nurse from McGuire Hospital. And I'm happy to be here. And I like to travel. I like to be in different groups. I was in the Eastern Star and the Red Hatters. And I'm missing all that though from work. But right now I'm just sitting around home, watching TV, eating. And that's it.
So it seems like you are living the life that we all can't wait to live, right? You're sitting at home, don't gotta go to work, but you have put in a lot of wonderful work for a lot of the people in our community, so we are glad to have you. Thank you so much. So with that being said, we're gonna go into our lesson today, and we're gonna be talking about stigma. What is stigma and how we can reduce it in our community? So does anybody have any idea what stigma is? Stigma is a discrimination against an identifiable group of people, a place, or a nation. Stigma about people with substance use disorder might include inaccurate or unfounded thoughts like they are dangerous, incapable of managing their own treatments, or at fault for their condition. So I'm quite sure that everybody has heard things in their community, or maybe just general conversation where you might hear people say things like, oh, they'll never be clean. So those are all like forms of stigma. So where does stigma come from? Where do you think that stigma may come from? Anybody?
Stigma come from, I guess, it can come from gossip. It can come from, like, stereotyping.
Mm-hmm.
It can come from, let me think.
No, that was good. That was good. Because gossip and stereotyping is a form of misleading information, right? It's inaccurate information. It's information that is not educated or has no correct background, right? So that's perfect. And that's exactly where it comes from. For people with substance use disorder, stigma may stem from inaccurate beliefs that addiction is a moral failing instead of what we know it to be. It's a chronic illness that is treatable, right? From which patients recover and continue to lead their healthy lives. How can we change stigmatizing behavior? Anybody have any ideas? Well, how do you think that we can stop these stigmatizing behaviors, right?
Stop, like, trying to, like, pass judgment on people thinking they supposed to be perfect.
Right. So you feel like giving more room for effort,
Right,
giving more room for growth,
right,
right?
right.
Okay, and that is a way. Any other ideas on how we can reduce stigma? Well, one thing that go ahead, Mel.
I think the way you reduce stigma is through results. Like, people be having stigma because they be dealing with people that keep on letting them down. It don't be really about what the he said, she said. For real, when somebody let you down continuously, it give you doubt on, can they pull through, or is this who they becoming to be? Studied, like, is this who they gonna be cemented in the ground to be? But when through results of seeing somebody change and you see them progressing in a different direction of their life, then I think people would encourage other people to believe in.
I definitely agree with that answer too. So I hear you saying that through continued behavior would kind of give a person the idea or the disbelief that recovery could be possible. However, I also heard you say that if I see someone recover, then I know it is possible. So that would change the belief system, right? And I get that. Because for me, as a person in recovery myself, it wasn't until I went into those rooms that Cornelius mentioned earlier and I saw people with great amounts of time clean that I was even able to believe that I could do it myself. Because I would see people who were stuck in addiction. I realized that I myself had got stuck in addiction and I didn't see a way out until I went to that meeting.
The results.
Right? And got those results like Melvin was talking about. Yeah. So we got a few pointers that we can go over that will give us just a few ways that we actually can reduce stigma. So one thing is when talking to people with substance use disorders, their loved ones, or your colleagues, use non-stigmatizing language that reflects an accurate science-based understanding. Like we talked about earlier, how it's an illness. It's not a dead end, right? When you use first-person language and let individuals choose who they are described as. First-person language is when I say, my name is Siobhan, and I'm a person with a substance use disorder, right? So we got to find out what is the language, that we should use. Terms to avoid, terms to use, and why. So I know that in our communities, we hear a lot of the words like I just said, junkie. What else have you heard that would...
Switch.
Greasy.
Play.
Why do you think that it wouldn't be a good idea to use that type of language towards a person?
Because it's kind of like negative and That'll play on a person's mind and on his self-esteem, like, yeah.
So do you think that this will give a person the feeling to feel like they belong in their community?
No, they wouldn't feel like they belong. I don't think they would.
So 9 times out of 10, because they don't feel like they belong, the person might start isolating. They might get around people and don't want to be around because they don't feel wanted or needed in their community, right? I'm just a junkie. I'm normalizing the fact that I'm just a dope fiend or crackhead, and this is what they expect from me. So why even continue to be involved, right? They might even feel disrespected. Like no one even respects them as a human being, right? Because they don't look at me like I'm Siobhan. They look at me like that dope fiend. Do we want people to feel like that? Do we?
No.
We don't. So, with all the information that we got today, number one, we learned that we can stop stigma by what? Is there treatment available to these people? I didn't think that we know what stigma is, right? Now that we know what stigma is, what is it?
It's
Does anybody
stereotyping or bad judgment.
Remember how we can reduce it?
Educating yourself.
There you go. And the last thing that we can do to reduce it is by exactly what you all are doing right now, gathering this information and then taking it home, Cornelius, to your family that you love so much.
Mm-hmm.
Markel, to your school that you go to art school, right? You can talk to the people in your community, or your friends from the hospital, right? And Melvin, to your family, and your loved ones. And as long as we keep, how do you think that we can keep this information going, right? By
Spreading good news.
spreading good news. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, does anybody have any questions or any comments?
I thank you for this week because it enlightened me about some things today that I might have been unaware of. And it was very, very helpful, especially, the stigma. But, I just had a situation where someone close to me committed suicide. So it was just like, thinking about stigma and the stuff that I remember. It was like, there's some good pointers, you know what I'm saying, because you never know how you're affecting another person with.
I appreciate you sharing that. That's very true, Cornelius, so I really appreciate you sharing that. That's the whole reason why we want to get ourselves educated, why we want to get the knowledge and understanding, because we don't want to make people feel like so isolated and alone that they don't even want to be here. And that's one of the results of stigma, right?
Right.
It is. So thank you for bringing that up. Well, I thank you all for coming out tonight. And I'm so grateful for y'all to come share this information with me. Good night. We're just going on about our day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey again, everybody. So we've reached the end of my video. Sorry it had to end so soon. I hope you enjoyed it. I really, really can't wait to hear back from you all. Please be safe. Have fun. Peace.